Okay, still remember just now we talked about the gaseous exchange. Now we are going to look at the transport of carbon dioxide in the blood circulatory system. Okay, earlier on I've mentioned that this carbon dioxide will be transported in three ways. Okay, so the majority of it, about 70%, is carried in the form of bicarbonate ion. Okay, 23% will combine with the hemoglobin. So in other words, not only oxygen can combine with the hemoglobin, carbon dioxide can also combine with the hemoglobin, and it will form this structure known as the carbaminohemoglobin. So about 23%. So minority, about 7%, is dissolved and carried as carbonic acid. Okay, in the old syllabus, it says that this 7% is of carbon dioxide is carried as dissolved gas in the blood plasma. Okay, so here the transport of carbon dioxide from body cells to tissue capillaries. Body cells to tissue capillaries. Okay, so meaning here, you can see the picture over here. This is the body cells and the surrounding blood capillaries. We call it as tissue capillaries. Now we talk about the transport of carbon dioxide from here, the body cells, to this place, which is the tissue capillary. Okay. So let's continue on. The story is like this. So this carbon dioxide released by the body cells will bind with the water in the erythrocyte, that is the red blood cell, and they will form carbonic acid. Okay, this is the equation. Carbon dioxide will combine with water, dissolve in water, okay, in the erythrocyte, and will form carbonic acid. Okay, next is that this carbonic anhydrase enzyme in the red blood cell will catalyze this reaction. So meaning this is an enzymatic reaction. Okay, next is that this carbonic acid will break down into bicarbonate ion and hydrogen ion. Now this is it. You can see it breaks down forming these two ions, bicarbonate ion and also hydrogen ion. Okay, next this bicarbonate ion will diffuse into the blood plasma and is carried to the lungs. So this will diffuse in the blood plasma and is now carried to the lungs. So that means we are talking about this majority, about 70%, in the form of bicarbonate ion, and that is here. Okay, about 70% as bicarbonate ion. Now it is in the tissue capillary. Okay, remember this place? So from the tissue capillaries is now in the blood plasma. Now it will move on to be carried further to the lungs. It doesn't stop there in the blood plasma. So this is the first part of the story, between the body cells to the tissue capillaries. Okay, so the second part of the story is this here, the explanation, the transport of carbon dioxide from the lung capillaries to the alveolus. So now this is from the blood plasma here, from the tissue capillaries here, it will go to the lungs. So when the bicarbonate ion in the blood plasma, as the blood circulates, it reaches the lungs, right? So it will diffuse back into the erythrocyte. Okay, so meaning it from the blood plasma just now, it goes back to the red blood cells. Okay, still remember the blood components, right? Has got the plasma component and also the cell component. So now, upon reaching the lungs, diffuses back into the erythrocyte. Why? Why erythrocytes? Red blood cells, because this red blood cell, RBC red blood cell, has got the enzyme, and you know that this is an enzymatic reaction. So upon reaching the lungs, it diffuses back into the erythrocyte. So bicarbonate ion combines again with hydrogen ion to form carbonic acid. So It will then combine with this again, forming carbonic acid. So you see the arrows are two-way. Okay, so in this equation, you see the two-way arrow. Okay, carbonic acid then breaks down into carbon dioxide and water. Okay, this is it. It breaks down from carbonic acid, it becomes these two again, which is carbon dioxide and also water. And you know the fate of these two? Okay, they will be expelled. So this carbon dioxide is the one that will diffuse through the lung capillaries, okay, in the alveolus, which is then expelled during exhalation. Okay, when we breathed out, we are breathing out carbon dioxide. Okay, diffuse through the lung capillaries. This is the one over here. So this carbon dioxide here diffuses out from the lung capillaries into the alveolus before it is being expelled through exhalation. Okay, do you get this point? All right. Okay, so if they ask you to describe the transport of respiratory gases in the blood in human, so first you can define these respiratory gases. You can name them, specifically oxygen and carbon dioxide. If it is oxygen, how are they being transported? Okay, the transport is through oxyhemoglobin. But for carbon dioxide, there are three mode or three ways of transport. Okay, and you can read this on your own later on. Hope you will be looking at your PowerPoint slides after this. All right.